2 years ago, I was sitting where you guys are, and I was watching my brother do what I'm about to do. And I started to think, who am I going to have row me when I get to that point? And I immediately narrowed it down to two people, my mom and Steve Bowman. I was trying to decide between the two over the past 2 weeks or so, and I decided I would do Mr. Steve because my brother picked my mom, and I do not want to copy my brother. As I was thinking out the speech, I realized I definitely made the right choice. Mr. Steve was my dad's friend since the age of 4. They met here at Immanuel Baptist, and over the years their friendship grew all the way through adulthood, and I'm sure an extensive list of trouble that they caused grew as well. 13 years ago, when I was 4 years old, my dad died, and that left my family alone and my mother to raise me and my two brothers. My oldest one at the time was 7, and then my younger brother would have been 3. Of all the people who helped us through that situation in that time, Mr. Steve was the most consistent and the most significant. Actually, a week after my dad died, something that him and my dad enjoyed together was the outdoors, hunting and fishing. And so a week later, I was a 4-year-old kid out in the duck blind. Probably shouldn't have been. I was probably a little too young, and I was there with my older brother. My younger brother stayed home, but I knew that everything was going to be okay. He's always taken time from his demanding job. He's also a sheriff. He's taken time from that. He's got a family of his own. He always consistently takes time to help me and my brothers out in any way possible. Take us hunting, take us fishing, teach us all kinds of things. He's taught me so many life lessons beyond hunting and fishing. He taught me how to drive. He just kind of pulled the keys out of his pocket and tossed them to me and said, "Pull the truck around, we gotta load some stuff up." And I caught the keys and I looked down, and then I looked up at him and I said, "Mr. Steve, I'm 12. I can't drive." So we ended up, I pulled the truck around, and I guess I did a terrible job because we went driving later that day. We were out in the middle of nowhere, so it was okay. But beyond hunting, fishing, and driving, he's taught me character. That's easily the most important thing I've ever learned from him. Through his mentorship to me and my brothers, and the things he's done for my family, he's been a blessing. I don't think my family would be where we are without him. He's the most reliable guy I know. He'll drop anything and everything. He actually drove 6 hours to be here for this. So that's just one example. Throughout the life of my family, he's been there for every part of it. Every high point he is probably in some way responsible for. Every low point he has been there to support us and help us through, no matter what's going on. And he's done all that with no reward. There's no reward my family could possibly offer him that would be big enough that he deserves. And all I can say is thank you.